phrases me when you say nti paka kati temunafuna budget senze mwaisa mu budget obaze mwateesaako tezinnajja kinkubamu enchukwe era kineegira bana munansi walaba nga ndi ku simu siri ku chatting mbamba ndika bibuzo kakati era fe tumanyi muri muri kulya sente zaffe
abambi tetulina kyetulidde era olaba GRC musasire olaba kulembeze musasire obosobola mwochayo mwoche we are operating on our money but I've also been able to explain why it is like that.
Okay. More two questions. One, what have you done as 92nd?
As 92nd
so far.
As so far.
Kuba bichubuze tuchajja wachiwulira wawulira abantu nga balekana.
Abantu.
Kubanga why am I asking what have you done? Gundi tuition policy yabalemo yisa. So fe balemye. Era abaana batulira ku 100%. Ekyo complaint yajja. Mbu mwabalima ne charge. 90% nebalemo 70% nebalemo visit 6 around 6 nebalemo yisa era bana manyi tebatula yuzo balina dedia siba sanyufu bababera mu tubamanyi so ne bakonkludinga nje mwine kyemukoze kati nawe kibuzo wekigira what have you done as 92nd government so far?
92nd government has been able to achieve a few things. Naye kansokenziremu ekibuzo kino ekya tuition. It has been a consistent problem in Makerere University for quite long. Obuzibu obuliwo nti a number of people who engage in the discussions around the tuition policy tebasoma. So they do not know what it takes to change the tuition policy, but also for us to call for the 60%. Now the first thing when you notice to Rwamaro tulonda wetu ndoza twalayira le ndoza sininga nga tetunaba nakulayira batulonda lero ne bagamba nti lero tuwangudde, then the following day letter was released that students should pay surcharge and they should also start mobilizing to complete their tuition, which is what the policy says. Kati we started with both of them. Yes, because some people think we reacted late, what nedda. The moment we were sworn in a week later. We immediately engaged the university netubagamba abambi. Students cannot be able to afford an extra charge when they to sasula school fees. Ate then ngaseko akalala nti akuboli mwavu sente zikulemye oluddeyo ate yongeramu emitwalo ebiri. We thought that was unfair and did not stand for the mandate the university holds. But then number 2 netubagamba ebaddengawo waiver nayo tujetaga, and they should also allow us to be able to establish now a newly constituted tuition policy. Kubanga okusaba waiver tebera policy, as many students should understand. Policy is a permanent document eberawo as an accepted legal rule nga university management ejikiriza ne university council neja approving and eberawo permanently. In that policy mwemuli gana mateka okubanga bayino sasula 100% before sitting exams. Government chezibaddenga zikola zibaddenga zisaba 60%
waiver.
Yes, and the waiver was requested from the previous governments in regards to the effect COVID had economically on different students. By the time we got into office, a resolution had already been passed by the previous council to no more waivers. But not just by the council, the government awarded directive for the university to stop giving waivers. So in the fight that we had, I think it was around 2 weeks to exams, try to Kurwana University at the same time to run the government. We wrote a number of letters, we engaged these people, we had a number of discussions to the extent, even on the day of exams, even people like I who had papers, we spent all the time we had to do revision in boardrooms engaging these individuals, and we achieved a few things from those dialogues. One, individuals abali ku loan scheme babakirizo tulanga tebasasudde. 2, individuals abali ku work scheme babakirizo tulanga tebasasudde. But the issue to deal with the debt burden eriwo kubanga abana abadde bawa 60% from that waiver jawadenga baonga kalanga ka relief nditowonye naye tukuwadde
tebazonge tebasasula
abakulu tekyuse naye tukuwaddemu kati so bano university egawadenga tebasasula sente za cumulatinze abaana basasule sente ezo, and the burden now had been tied nti ate kati sente ate bikibu ebityo. So we were able to achieve those two things from all those dialogues we had. But because there was already a past decision, we had to go back to what? Council. In that scenario, sigwaita council meeting, chairperson wa council ya yita, you cannot be able to call and change that decision. So, but also the time was what? Was very limited. Right now, weeks I think after the response to engage.
Mr. President, who is to blame about that thing of policy?
I think we don't need to blame anyone because the university we don't need to blame anyone in this case because university this tuition policy was developed way back in 2015 after students did what complain and some students developed it. I think we don't need to look for people to blame. We need to look for solutions. Lumutu asako ne GRC yo okutukolera tuition policy that we could present urgently as an alternative. Waba jitusabye naye paka nakate tunajifuna, but some people had promised to come up with what? With a policy. But the policy has a number of things that it comes along and we have pushed for it. We have even requested for it at higher powers to have a change.
What have you done
now,
so far?
What we have done, we have engaged in several things, especially policy. One of it, we believe in sustainability. We are empowering individuals, but also sustainably. Tetwagala kusaba nti no tusabye weva lero bakuba lero tebakubanjiza ogenda kwira weekend bakoleki bakubanja. We have been able to request for tuition policy review kibadde successful, but then also ebintu ebimu ebadde bi affecting student welfare and other leadership mu constitution y'abayizi. We have also been able to request for a review which has successfully passed and it's just waiting for approval. Abayizi, they will be able to adjust their constitution to their what? To their needs, to the modern needs. Echirala, we were able to attack the issue of the academic reform. We worked with the registrar. Abana abafuna retake tebabagoba mu university. Okimanyi mu university wofuna retake emirundi esatu bakugoba. So we said in the scenario that the university has no performance improvement plans, just bakugamba damu. But what are the performance improvement plans? Have you taken time to understand lwaki omwana ono abadde lwaki omwana ono afunye retake? Omwana afunye retake esooka eyokubiri neyokusatu. Sometimes it is even the problem with the some of these lecturers. Okiraba? So agamba nti oyo omwana omugobe mu university unless you have provided performance improvement plans. In the case that you cannot provide them, twakitakolengera ekyo kyayita abaana tebagenda bagoba after those very many.
But I muwulidde oba ne retake satu tebajja kugoba ekyo kyayita. Leka tumenyeremenyera ekirala.
Kati ekirala kyetwagala okukolako is supplementary exam. Kubanga temunakkiriza actually already kiri in progress. What is left is now management coming up in the policy. Nayo already twagisaba ne bagikkiriza ku council. Kati kyetubuzaayo management coming up with the what? With the policy then to GISE. So the supplementary exam has been accepted. Very soon Makerere should expect that ebintu ebyo bigenda kolebwako era students will be able to sit extra exam so that olinda mwaka mulambo kolaki to feed up for a retake kitwala obudde, but also it increases the financial burden ku muyizi. So it is a successful project we are having.
Tweyanze kakati producer nzikize nkubuuza biro kuba waliwo abagenda bireeta mu comment section wamufunye notambuuza ibibuuzo bino bibiri. Ekisooka, someone left the house now resigning. I made research and I realized you muntu owokubiri okuresigning waliwo yakikola kedda oba kuno kubadde gwa kubiri. Someone left the house
yakikola kedda, but not in our government.
Not in your government. Yes. But someone did it in your government. As a government, yawe ensonga ze. What is your take? What is your say on that?
What is our say?
Kuba yalekera ebintu mwe munyigiriza
naye simanyi oba yagamba ffe, but we also need to understand what forms a government. Kubanga abantu amu
yagala tali comfortable mu house.
Kati wotabeera comfortable mu house, it doesn't mean that the house is the one that has made you uncomfortable in the house. There are many possibilities why you are uncomfortable in the house. And that cannot be tied to government. Kubanga government ebeeramu ebintu bingi, ebeeramu ba tribunal, ba EC, all those from the what? The government. Kati wobeera nga toli comfortable mu GRC, then you need to explain to us what is making you uncomfortable within the GRC. Because in the GRC, who is in charge? Cabinet naffe tubeeramu, we are not in charge. Tubeeramu bubezi and stakeholders in the government. So the speaker is in charge, so you need to come up with an explicit explanation. Yetusobola otegeera tebakukkiriza debating mu house or contribution yo bazinegirectinze, because you need to tell us exactly what happened. Na ito sola kuveri no blanket thing until they are not listening to us as a government. Wakati we would have all resigned. Singaba is balite batuwuliriza, but also leadership, especially student leadership, does not come, the system does not come to favor you as a student. The fact that you stand should be enough to prove to you that you can go and adhere to those challenges. Kubanga wojja tosuubira nti ogenda kujja ogambe no ffe twagala kino bakole kino. You need to justify why you need it. And in the case nti olemereddwa, you don't need to quit. That is when the leader is tested most. So we do not condemn maybe the quitting and so on. We think people can have challenges, but sometimes you need to be elaborative. Onyonyole kyekituufu kubanga when you just say blanket government ebeera nnene isi yakusumbye obeera GRC, what exactly happened?
Banaye budde bututwala kiyumba anaagwa oba kayumba anaagwa na producer atuli bubi ne wano kumuki ku kolegiyo waliwo entalo oba ito kimanyire mu inform you
awo tankula
olutalo
lulwo oba lwa
since you were GRC and by grace of God,
yes,
you were a vice president. I think there's some things you need to look into. Net against for the side maybe they haven't come in the mawulie okugera bino nebino. But what is on board, according to what we see, it seems Sibyambu, there is evidence about this. Mesa and CGC at the School of Education, or College of Education, there is a conflict. This is evidenced by CGC is organizing a beach bash on 29th of August. And Mesa also is organizing the same, on the same date, on the same venue. I took time and I called. Nzenganzo wa Mukie Media, I called an individual from CGC. Nimbuuza kyekigenda mu maaso. Ngamba this Mesa ngo bimanye bya conflict. Ne kubirako ne mu messa eno ne nti nafo notatuwuliriza. Still issue came with the budget of orientation. Waja wa conflict. Oli asubmit no
kugamba.
Yes. Oli asubmit no submittings. Kakati yet me I think the association inokolagana ne CGC for the better of the college. Gwenga vice president and ensonga. What do you have to say about this?
So I think I've not been briefed explicitly about it by the victims. Na engeri George, I think I can comment about it.
Yes.
I would like
evidence where you can't organize it.
Abantu bamanye nti no before I became vice guild president nali minister of justice era mu message tegera bulungi. The conflict has been around for some time. Associations, it is not only in one college. I think associations want to assume power in a lot of colleges. But when you look at how the 92nd Guild government is already operating, we are already working to empower associations. We are against our college guild council, but we have noticed that there is an inherent misunderstanding. So, that's why you will see the Honorable Minister Jibril has already organized an association leaders gathering, and the purpose is to orient them about good leadership and collaboration with the government structures, including the CGC. Specifically kwen eri ku college yange, I think abakulembeze ekisinga bajjamu buli omu kwagala kola kikufunamu mu resources ezibeerawo wakiraba. I think I was engaged by chairperson regarding the issue of orientation and so on, and my advice to the chairperson was asooka weebuuze ku association ki zonna association heads kubanga tukola nabo, sooka obeebuuzeeko bonna so that they are able to give you their contribution. The report I got from that was that nabeebuuzaako bonna era the budget he made was a constitution of all the Muassesa, because we have Muassesa Tuina Mwasesa from School of Distance and Lifelong Learning, then Tuina Mesa from School of Education. So the information was that Bonaba Wayo what they think they need, then chairperson Nakolachi, Nagezako bigger. So they moved on to the what? To the Basa, college Basa and college registrar to come up with the what? With the budget.
As you conclude?
As I conclude is that I think if this one has also made a different budget and has organized a different beach bash, tetwetaaga okusensitizing abana abantu is that there is more to achieve webakolera awamu. Because this is just an issue of sensitization. Unless ng'omuntu omutayagala kutegeera. But omuntu, if they are willing to understand, they should be able, and I will take the initiative to sensitize both of them. Kubanga fe twakirabako already. We have experienced, but other schools have been able to solve it. School of Law has been able to solve it. Where they took the radical mean.
Yes.
But leaders can coexist if they collaborate. That is the message we are preaching. The message of service and inclusivity. Association head. I'm not saying but we education. College of nene. We represent mentors. We represent future people who shape people's futures. So for Ngaba so mess up, we must be very organized and very collaborative. Okay. Yes.
Thank you so much. Your final words to our viewers, freshers, and the continuing student as a vice president.
Yes.
As
the vice guild president, one, I want to send him over kutuwuliriza na kugeza kukola nafe. We have been able to address your challenges every time people are calling you. The fact that you call and consult us regarding your different problems and issues we have been battling with, well, accommodation and so on, already shows that you trust us. So my conclusive message will be that continue trusting us, continue working together with your leaders, continue supporting us, continue engaging us to be able to serve you. Kubanga obatombolide kizugucho nyinzo obutakitegera engeri ekintu I cannot be everywhere. I'm not omnipresent. So let us stay safe. Let us come back to the university to enjoy. 92nd Guild Government is ready to serve you. Come, have fun for the Mark Bazaar. It's happening from 1st to 8th August. The freshers, you're most welcome to Makerere, Africa's premier university. Come ready to learn, but also be curious enough to pick the good values within the university system. Sinti bulichola chiri bunga bwe chiri. Do not confuse, not everything that glitters is what? Is gold. Yeah. So freshers, you're most welcome to the university. Continuing students will come back from the internship, from the holidays. Come, let's reconnect with the true Makererian spirit. Makerere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kantumire ku musajja wange Alex ali yatudde mpola ntumire ne ku Elijah. Muri bamaanyi Sofian bannange ne Mutoni. Bateka mu kasente wano ku Mukie Media. Guys, give us obulango tulambulange naffe mutwe ku sente. Muje mutwe ku sente. Say tuzetagira ddala. So thank you so much for watching. We shall start from here next time with another guest. You will not see Mukie Media again on the streets. Wano we waka era tujja chukubiranga wano. We say bye bye.